Hey guys, welcome to Planning with Crystal. So today's video is my July favourites for July 2021. Just getting into August, or just about to, and I've just been reviewing everything I've been loving in the month of July, so I'm going to share it with you now. So we'll start off with some empties, some of which are kind of favourites. So first of all, I've got an empty which is the Facial Radiance Pads by First Aid Beauty. So these come in different pack sizes. This is the 28 size, obviously empty, but they're basically a really thin, round, almost look a bit like a cotton pad. They've got little bobbly bits on, and they contain a solution that's quite a gentle yet effective kind of acid blend. And I like to use these in the morning, or you can use them at night as well, just to kind of, after I've cleansed or washed my face, just sort of refresh everything. And it just sort of helps with radiance and things, never irritates. So if I've really been hitting it hard with retinols or acids in the evening, then these are a good kind of gentle version of an acid, yet super duper effective. So definitely recommend these. Like I said, these are an empty. I've been using them for years. Really good. So pretty affordable as well, not super expensive like some treatments. So a really, just a fantastic all-rounder. Love them. I've also got an empty which is a cleanser that I think I got in like a gift with purchase or something, and this is the Jurlique Nourishing Cleansing Oil with Smoothing Black Elderflower. It was a 30ml or 1 fluid ounce size. So I've used it, I enjoyed it. It's like a yellowy oil that you apply to dry skin and then remove with damp cloth, or that's how I did it. It kind of emulsifies if you apply a bit of water and massage it in. This sounds ridiculous, but I found it a little bit too oily compared to other oil cleansers, so it's not a favourite. I did enjoy it, and I think if you had really kind of dry skin and you just relish the injection of moisture, this would be a good option for you. I have kind of oily combo skin, and while it didn't cause breakouts, irritation or extra oil, I just didn't enjoy the formulation. I didn't feel like I needed that oil. I mean, it didn't leave an oily residue. I was able to remove it all, but it just didn't quite gel with me. But it was a nice product. It had quite a kind of florally, flowery scent. That doesn't sort of sit quite right, but it did have quite a strong scent. I don't know, maybe not floral, maybe more just like walking through a garden where like some of the plants and shrubs and things have quite a strong scent rather than florally, you know? I know I'm not explaining it well, but it does have quite a strong scent, which again isn't really my favourite in a cleanser. And then finally for the empty, before I get into all my favourites, but this is definitely a brand new discovery and a brand new favourite. So these are the Dr. Dennis Gross Ferulic and Retinol Wrinkle Recovery Peel Pads, and you get 1 treatment in each sachet. Now, I briefly mentioned them in my recent Cult Beauty gift with purchase goodie bag haul video that I did, and I'll put a card here. And I mentioned it in there because I actually was sent 2 of these to try out after I entered like an Instagram competition on Dr. Dennis Gross's Instagram, and I used one, and literally the next day I was like, yep, we're getting these. So as soon as the gift with purchase launched, I added them to basket, and I've looked at them for a while. I do rate Dr. Dennis Gross products. The peels, the general kind of peels that they do are fantastic, the acid peels, but I'd never tried these because they're only available in a pack of 16, and 16 is £89, so they're very expensive. But these are just next level. They're actually even better than the standard peels. I used it one night. You literally got 1 cloth and you apply it to your face, and then you just leave it for a couple of minutes, then put on like whatever else you want to put on. But honestly, my skin the next day, everything like my sort of lines and wrinkles and things were diminished, and my face just glowed. It looked fantastic, and I was like, yeah, I've got to pick these up. So these are brilliant, and I do think they're worth the money. It says you can use them kind of 2 to 3 times a week. I think I'm just going to use them once a week because they are so expensive. But if you like your skincare and you really want something that's going to blow you away, these were it for me. Fantastic discovery, so really happy I've got a box of those to be getting on with. So I'm looking at my favourites, and everything else seems to be kind of makeup related, although I do want to mention a book I read this month as well. But let's get on to the makeup-y type items. We're calling this makeup, this is lip balm. So it's by Fresh, and it's the Sugar Blood Orange Hydrating Lip Balm. Now this came in, I think it was like a little set I got from Space NK. Now I've used the fresh lip balms before. The coconut one was the first one I tried because I like coconut. This smells, by the way, like orange juice. It smells really nice. But the coconut one I used, I didn't find super moisturising. This, I feel like it's super moisturising. I only need a tiny bit. It smells lovely. So it's like a new favourite lip balm. And I really didn't need any more lip balms, but I love it. It's gorgeous. So this will definitely be a repurchase when it runs out. I've just been reaching for it every day over all my other lip balms. Just been loving it. Although on the lip balm kind of front, I've also been reaching for this, and this is what I'm wearing at the moment. It's the NARS Afterglow Lip Balm. Now it says lip balm, but obviously it's got a bit of colour and stuff to it. So this is what I've got on right now. So I've put the other lip balm on and then I've like topped it off with this with some colour. But I've just been finding being in all the time, I don't need to wear like a major lipstick, but I like to have a bit of colour. And that's kind of what it leaves, it's that hint of colour. This is in the shade Orgasm, the kind of standard pinkish shade that NARS does. But I just think it's a really lovely kind of everyday shade, and I've been reaching for it a lot this month. It's definitely a favourite. I've got a few of the lip balms, but this one is probably one I reach for most of all. I also discovered a nail varnish brand I've really been enjoying, and that's Nailberry. This is the shade I'm actually wearing right at the minute. It's called Fuchsia in Love. I've used a couple of Nailberry products. I've been getting them from Space NK. I don't know if anywhere else sells them. I will put links for everything underneath if there's anything you want to try out. Now, these are £15, so they're not super cheap, but I've used a lot of high-end nail varnishes. Previously, my favourite was probably Essie. I never got fantastic results from Nails Inc. Essie was always the best for me, although Leighton Denny was another one that was quite good. What I really like about it, it's actually an oxygenated nail lacquer. And what that means is a lot more oxygen is getting through the nail varnish and into your nails. And you can tell the difference when you remove it because your nails just look perfect underneath, like they've never had polish on. Whereas if you wear polish a lot, it can obviously weaken your nails, make them feel a bit dry, etc. This just doesn't do that, and I find it lasts a really long time. It's the one nail varnish I can wear where I can get like up to a week's use without chipping it. And at the moment I've got a little puppy, I'm getting my hands dirty all the time and washing them all the time and everything else, and it seems to be hanging tough. I mean, I've got the odd minor chip here and there, but considering what I'm doing with my hands, I've been pretty impressed. So this is definitely a favourite, and I've tried a couple of colours, but this is my favourite colour in it at the moment. Really like this colour, I think it's really pretty. And the brush is like super easy to use, and I just love it. And as well, I find I've done 2 coats here, and I find 2 coats is enough. It gives a really strong colour, whereas some other varnishes I've used, I've had to go in with 3 or 4 coats. So this, definitely a favourite. I've also really been enjoying the By Terry hyaluronic acid powder that they do. So quite often, if I'm doing like a full-on makeup look, I might apply like my Hourglass palette or something. But just for a general day look, I'm just sticking on some SPF, maybe a bit of concealer, if that. Then I'm putting on a bit of powder just to kind of make my face not too shiny. I'm obviously under lights right now, but usually, otherwise your face looks too shiny. And I've just been reaching for this because it's such a lovely product. It's completely undetectable. I got the brush as well from them. So this is one of the ones where it just pushes down and goes into like a full-on powder puff. But I just find that when you apply it to the skin, it looks like nothing, it feels like nothing. If anything, it feels sort of slightly cooling, but it just sets everything, lasts all day, feels like a dream, like you're not wearing anything. And it's just brilliant for when you're not really wanting to wear makeup, but at the same time you don't want your face to look shiny or anything else. So I've just really been reaching for it and loving it this month. So yeah, definitely something I've had in my collection for a while, but something I've rediscovered how much I like it. And then another kind of new discovery this month, and this is a bit random. So this is by NIOD, and it's a stainless steel spoon for jars. When this arrived, the kids were like, why have you ordered such a small spoon? So it is literally just a teensy tiny little stainless steel spoon. And this retails at £1.80, so I thought it was pretty reasonably priced. You could argue you could just use any old spoon, but it's just a really nice shape for kind of getting into like little eye pots of like eye cream or something, or moisturiser. You know, you just don't want to be putting your fingers in pots and stuff all the time. It's unhygienic, and it's really easy to clean as well with it being stainless steel, and you can throw it in the dishwasher and stuff. £1.80. I just thought this was great, loving it. I've picked a few of them up. So like I said, I'll link everything underneath if you are like, oh my god, I need that. Or you might be like, why have you bought a little tiny spoon? But I've been loving it. And then the book I've been loving. So it's not a new book by any means. It's quite a well-known book. And it's one I thought I'd never read. So it is Stephen King's It. Now you're probably thinking, oh, horror film. I've never been into horror at all. I am afraid of everything. Some of the Harry Potter films scare me a little bit. Horror has never been my kind of genre or anything I like. But I did discover Stephen King books through his kind of crime fiction writing, and I've also read some of his horrors, finally reading It. And I tell you what, it's just such a fantastic book. You kind of think of the film and the fact that it's obviously all about this clown, and obviously the book is about it as well. That's what the book's about. But I would actually say about 80% of the book isn't so much about it and this kind of scary horror creature. The vast majority of the book is actually about this group of children that are friends and how they grow up and how they all interact with each other and the things going on in their lives. It's just such an amazing storyteller. It makes everything seem so real and realistic, no matter how crazy it might be. It's just a phenomenal book. I have also watched the recent film, and it's good, don't get me wrong, some amazing performances from the actors and things in there, but there's so much they miss out. They miss out all the backstory and all the important bits of the kids. And for me, what I love about the book isn't so much this horrible creature Pennywise the clown, although that's pretty cool. It's more about the way they interact with each other, their lives, things going on, their friendship, and it just misses out all that. It's such a shame, but the book is phenomenal. Now, I think it's over 1,100 pages, so it's a really long book. It took me a couple of weeks to get through, but I was kind of gutted to get to the end because it's just amazing. So even if you don't like horror, I would actually recommend it for what is just an incredible tale, an incredible story. I mean, I'd recommend his books in general, but this one, I was just like, wow, I wish I hadn't waited so long to read it. So yeah, phenomenal book. Let me know if you've read it or if you're a Stephen King fan. People seem to either be or they're not, but I don't think you can deny that he is a phenomenal storyteller. I don't know how he releases so many books. I mean, you can tell by how successful they've been, how good they are. Whether or not it's your thing, you can't argue with his writing. I can just pick up his books and within a couple of pages I'm hooked. It doesn't even matter what the book's about, whether it's a genre I'm interested in or anything. He just makes you love them all, or he does for me anyway, so love it. So let me know in the comments, what do you think of my July favourites? Have you tried any of these products, or are any of them on your list to try? Have you read the book? Let me know what you think. I'd love it if you give this video a thumbs up. It lets me know you're enjoying the content I'm producing, and I'll be back next month with my August favourites, and then we'll be getting closer and closer to Advent territory. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel and signed up to receive notifications for when all the Advent calendar videos start going live. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys!